what you've done here today?
No surprises for us, really. You know, everyone doubted us coming here, tough place to come. We knew we needed a reaction, and we got a good one.
Your 30th goal of an outstanding season, that's got to be the biggest, right?
Yeah, of course. But, you know, most importantly, coming here, really tough place to come, showed character, showed a great reaction, and I think we left with a well-deserved 3 points.
Did you just need a clear chance? You had that one on the break at the end of the first half, but did your eyes light up when Tyrese Dolan found you?
Yeah, it's great play from Ty. I thought he left it too late, to be fair, but it was a great pass. You know, it's my job to stick the ball in the back of the net, and thankfully I've done it again today.
Ainsley, after a 5-0 defeat in midweek, how have you pulled this off today?
I don't know. We really needed a result today. We felt the pressure and we knew it was coming, and it's a really tough place to go. So coming here with 3 points is unbelievable. The lads were top draw.
Did the confidence rise as the game went on, and you pulled off some great saves? Was the belief there that the more the game went on that there could be a win in it for you?
Yeah, obviously you need to have a little bit of luck. Our shape was really good, and we felt like we're in a good position and made a couple of saves, and we dug out, and Sammie once again pulled us out the. I can't say that, can I? Pulled us out there, yeah. You know what I mean. Again.
But how big a step to safety is this now? You're 6 points clear of the relegation zone. Other teams have got games to play this afternoon, of course. But I mean, what can this win do for you?
I think we can see the finish line. Obviously, we need maybe another point or two, and I think we're right there. But that was a really big step in the right direction for us.
It was all about the boots today, wasn't it, Sammie? You started the game in a new pair of boots. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah,
What happened midway through?
I think I just got stood on and they ripped. You know, I've scored most of my goals in these, so I should have really started with them from the off.
You went back to the faithful boots.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Sammie, if you do the honours for us, please. Ainsley's the Sky Bet player of the match.
Thank you.
Well done. Cheers.
Not only very good in goal today, but very good at self-censorship, Ainsley Pears. Well done, my friend. That was very close indeed. But two players that were exceptional today for Blackburn Rovers. And those statistics, which you very kindly came on and showed me, really do. I mean, we've all played in games that have felt like a smash and grab, and that's slightly doing a disservice to what Blackburn are doing, because you've got to set up really well defensively to do that, haven't you?
You do, and we asked the question at half-time whether they'd be able to withstand that pressure and the onslaught that we felt was going to come. I thought they were better second half, Blackburn. I felt they got up the pitch at times and just were able to just relieve a little bit that pressure, whether it was getting free kicks, you know, just slowing the game down at times. And I just feel with Sammie Szmodics, you're knowing if you can get him one opportunity, we saw the one in the first half, which was really a half chance, you know, he does so well, gets the shot off, that he would be the man to really make the difference. From Leeds' perspective, really poor. Listen, they made loads of changes, obviously have to go for it, but this is from a set piece. They should not be so open. I mean, Tyrese Dolan, that pass there, and the finish is excellent. I've got to say, he does what he has to, but you look at this here, and again, we go into Gallagher, who actually wins the first one. Again, does so much better second half. Look at the run there from Szmodics. He understands what's happening, gets there. Maybe a few questions about the goalkeeper, but brilliant play there.
Well, instinct of a centre-forward, that scoring goals, or a forward player in Sammie Szmodics. Just finds little pockets, he knows. He's looking at the build-up as that's playing out from back to front. As soon as Gallagher wins that header and it falls to Tyrese Dolan, he starts to make his run. And that's clever play, because then as a defender, you're thinking, right, I've got to backtrack. They backtrack a little bit too deep. That gives Sammie Szmodics the space. I don't know what Meslier is doing. He's diving before he's actually taken the shot.
Is that what he's done? He's gone too early?
Well, he has done, yeah, because he's tried to read what Szmodics is doing, and Szmodics is clever. He's just played at the other side of him. Your body weight's going one way. It's so difficult to then shift to the other side, and it's a super finish. And I think Blackburn today had the better opportunities throughout the whole of the 90 minutes. They weren't the better side, footballing-wise, but when it came to being clinical, you wanted it to fall to the right man, and it did do.
Slightly harsh, I thought, as well on Tyrese Dolan. I don't know when he could have laid the pass off, but he scored anyway. You know what centre forwards are like. Let's get the thoughts of their boss now, John Eustace with Jonathan Oakes.
Well done, John, on an incredible win. How have you done that?
Well, I didn't do it. The players did it. You know, the players have been fantastic. They've been awesome since I've come in. I said that before the game. You know, we had a bit of a blip on Wednesday. You know, the performance wasn't like us, and you know, although we haven't been winning as many games as I'd like, we're certainly very difficult to play against. You know, we've come to a top team, obviously in the league today. You know, everyone expected us to lose, and you know, that togetherness and that work ethic really showed, and I'm really proud of the effort.
But after that 5-0 defeat in midweek, and it was a quick turnaround as well, so how have you managed to get that performance out of those players?
Because we work hard every day in training since I've come here. 14, 15 games. As I say, the lads have been outstanding. We've got a really young group. We're down to bare bones. You can see that as well. But that togetherness and that work ethic that we installed in the group is there for everyone to see. As I say, Wednesday's game wasn't us. We had a blip. I never doubted the character of this group. I thought Dom Hine was outstanding today at the back, as well as the back five. But it was certainly a team performance, and I'm very proud of the efforts.
First half, you absorbed the danger. You were more of a threat second half. Did you talk to the players at half time about being braver further up the pitch?
Yeah, it's just about staying in the games. Anyone who comes here and expects to go toe-to-toe with a top team, with their players, their squad of Premier League quality, are going to be in trouble. So we have to have a game plan. The game plan was great. The more the game would go on, they'd take more risk. And obviously, in the end, they did. And, Sammie to score his 30th goal of the season is outstanding.
How would you describe the season he's having? And another brilliant finish as well.
Yeah, but his all-round performance is outstanding. It's his work rate that which really makes him, I think, score the amount of goals he does. He works his socks off for the team. You can see he's filling in positions all over the pitch, and when you work hard, you get your results. And Sammie's certainly scored a lot of quality goals this year, and I'm really pleased for him. And I think that's Alan Shearer's record close to that as well. So, full credit to him. But again, the rest of the squad have certainly set them goals up for him. They've allowed him to go and flourish, and it's a team effort.
This is a huge step towards safety, 6 points clear of the relegation zone. The teams below you have got to play this afternoon, but the fact that you've got Sheffield Wednesday as well next week, if you can get a result in that, is that you safe?
I don't know. Listen, the Championship's relentless. We take each game as it comes. We know today was a difficult game. We've got 3 games to come. Sheffield Wednesday is going to be an extremely difficult game as well. So we've just got to focus on that and see where it takes us.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done.
We called the game in the week a blip. Got a big well done from Jonathan Oakes as well. Up to 16th now, 6 points above the bottom 3. If we're looking at the Swansea result as well during the course of the week, which seemingly puts them safe on 50 points, Joe, but is that Blackburn as good as secure for next season for you?
I think that, as he's just alluded to, that Sheffield Wednesday game is huge. I think if they can avoid a negative result there in terms of a loss, then you'd have to think so in terms of what the other teams are doing below them. If they're going to lose, which is the way the season's gone, you never know what's going to happen. Obviously, just brings them that little bit closer, but massive today, coming here, toughest place in the league to get anything. So that would be a bonus 3 points, no doubt about it.
So where are Blackburn Rovers then, Mickey? We saw them put 5 past Sunderland, concede 5 to Bristol City, beat Leeds United here. Where do you place them in all of that?
Well, look, I think we all know that Blackburn have had problems, maybe even over the last decade, on and off the field. The recruitment over the years has been very good, but when you lose Brereton Diaz, even Adam Armstrong, you can go back that far, you lose that calibre of player. It's very difficult for Blackburn to go out and spend £7, £8, £9 million to bring in a replacement for him because they need the funds to keep the club running. So if you're a younger player at Blackburn and you're good enough and you show your potential, you'll get your opportunity, which we've seen certainly over the last 2 or 3 seasons under Tony Mowbray, obviously now under John as well. So I think they know that they've just got to keep their nose above the parapet. And if they can do that season in, season out, I think they do really well. It's a great club. But where's the expectations of Blackburn? I would say mid-table.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a relegation side. I really don't. They've got some good players. But as for getting into the playoffs and promoted, they're a long way off that.
As for Leeds United, has a blip.
How's that gone against you, Daniel?
Yes, you have to put the ball into the net. That's always the explanation in football. When I think about the last 2 home games, we've played so dominant, created so many chances, created so many set pieces, brought us in so many good positions. Can't ask and question the workload and the desire of my players, not the tactical work. But we didn't put the ball into the net, and that's the reason why we lost this game. Because then there's always one situation in the game when the opponent is perhaps there with a counter-attack. Once you bring more and more offensive thinking players on the pitch, we tried everything to change the base formation also because we wanted to score a goal. Yes, and on the other side, you have a guy, Szmodics, I think 24 goals or something like this, for a side who don't create that much. It's a quality that you need to have to use one chance in order to score. And sadly, in the last 2 home games, and especially also not today, we didn't show enough quality to be efficient.
Do you think there were perhaps warnings before they scored their goal? They had a couple of chances, perhaps more care needed in defence. Perhaps that might have shifted the momentum, given them a bit of belief.
Yeah, but I wouldn't label this warning. So they have quality players up front. If a player has scored 24 goals for a side, he will always have his moments. It's important when you play so dominant and so much on the front foot that you reward yourself. Otherwise, there will always be this one situation, and once you play so much in their half, obviously after each and every winning of the ball, they have lots of space behind our last row for counter-attacks. That's quite normal. I think we calmed them down more or less completely, allowed them one chance, and they were able to use this moment. I think decisive was today that we're not able to bring the ball into the opponent's net, because if you go in lead, then they have to open a bit more. You can also concentrate on not taking too much risk, also to play with a too high last row. But obviously, once you are not in lead, you have to go for it, because a point was not what we wanted today. We wanted to win this game, and then if you don't show the quality to put the ball into the net, you have to accept that you lose a game.
Why do you think it is that 3 outstanding teams at the top of the table are all dropping points at the moment?
Yeah, so first of all, it's always a bit a pressure situation. That's I think quite normal. When I speak about us, we have also pretty young side. When I think about the players who were also on the pitch, Matteo Joseph 20, Chris Samuel 22. Georgie Ritter 21, Willy Gnonto 20, Archie Gray 18, Ilya Melier. So we have many Ilya Gruev in this first season in English football. Many young players for the first time. For many of them, they are first time involved in a promotion battle, but we can't change the situation. We can't bake different players. They have to make their experiences, and it's not easy then also in the crunch time period. That's why I mentioned also after the last game, sometimes you also have to value a draw is also sometimes an important point. Today we're just disappointed that we didn't show enough effectiveness today.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Go with Sky Sports Football for more reaction on this. But up next on the main event, it's the Masters Day 3. The golf can wait, so thank you very much for sticking around. Daniel Farke there then, Joby, what do you make of what he said?
I think in terms of saying about the younger players, he's got a point. You know, having experience at this time of the season is absolutely crucial. We talk about it every year. You know, teams that get to that point and look like they're going to get over the line, but getting over the line is a completely different story. And I think sometimes just having players that have experienced that are really vital. Again, you look at Leicester's squad and them stumbling with a lot of experience. So it's not the be-all and end-all. It's just trying to find that way. Yes, they had opportunities in terms of possession. They whizzed things across the box. I don't think they created enough clear-cut opportunities for the possession that they had. And again, a lot of what they did, that success was when they were chasing. Once you get to the summit, it's a different mindset, and they haven't handled that well enough so far.
Come on to the chances in just a second, but Mickey, how concerned are you about their run of form?
Well, the thing is, and I touched on this before kick-off, didn't I? When you get to the last 5 or 6 games of the season, that's when it becomes really nervy. And it doesn't matter how you play. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just got to get over the finishing line. I was touching on this to you, Joby, wasn't it? As the second half was going on, I said, playing at home in front of this crowd can either be a help or a hindrance to you. Because you feel nervous. You see a pass, but you don't want to play that pass, because if you give the ball away, you know the crowd are going to be in your back. And I think that's what held Leeds United back today. Their play up to the final third was very good, but when you needed to be clinical and show that bit of quality, it wasn't there. And that's where Blackburn pounced on it, to be honest with you, because they had 2 chances today, and both came for Sammie Szmodics. And when you've got the quality he's got, he saw the game off for them. But the chances here, I mean, you see how many opportunities and the good positions they get themselves in. But who wanted to be that match winner today? I didn't see it. I touched on at half-time, I said, you know, they needed to be more dynamic. They weren't. In the second half, they pushed for it, but was the quality there? I mean, the positions they get in are fantastic. You know, they create so many opportunities. Look, Ainsley Pears has had the game of his life today in the Blackburn goal. He's pulled off some outstanding saves, certainly in the first half, but you see where they get themselves, how many bodies are in the box. You need that little stroke of luck. It did not come for them today. Stop playing pretty, just get the job done. That's what they've got to think now.
Back-to-back games in the Championship without a goal for the first time since 2017, Joby. Now, the chances that we're looking at, I mean, this comes off Patrick Bamford's shoulder. So, is it one where we know what certain sections of the Leeds United fan base like are looking at that saying that's got to be at least on target for Patrick.
That's got to be a goal. You know, at this stage of the season, at any stage of the season, but particularly when you need your players to really stand up and, you know, make an impact and have an effect on a game, that is a brilliant opportunity for a centre-forward, middle of the goal, few yards out, has to hit the target there. Again, the others that are whizzing across the post, I didn't think at times they were getting enough players in the box. You know, you've got Nonto at times, for me, too far back. He wasn't going to go and commit himself and make sure he was the one, apart from that one that just whizzes across the post there. So, listen, I think they need to be a lot better in that final third. They weren't calm enough. You know, I thought the decision-making at times was poor. And, again, that resulted in them not scoring.
As is the case with a game like this, when it's getting more desperate towards the end. A couple of shouts for a penalty. Any currency in these for you, Mickey?
No, not for me at all. I think it was more hope than anything else, wasn't it? Yes, there's contact in each one, but you're going to get that contact. But was there enough for everybody in this stadium to go, that's a penalty? A little bit of a shove. It's just clever defending. And I think what you've got to see, whether it's a forward player or a wide player, be stronger on the ball. Say to yourself, well, I'm going to stay on my feet because I want to score a goal. I don't want it to come from the penalty spot. Even when Bamford came on, you know, he went to ground on a couple of occasions, didn't he? Maybe the last one, but when you see it again, there's not enough there for any penalty to be given.
So when you see that graphic again, Joe B, and you try and make head and tail of what potentially we may see. I mean, as we chatted during the course of the second half, does it feel like it brought Southampton back into this race?
It does. Someone who we probably thought were dead and buried a couple of weeks ago, but again, with the games that they've got left to play as well against, you know, some of those